Hi guys, it's Ismail from Zanko Jewelers and welcome back to another watch review. Today we are looking at an older Rolex box, which means we have an older Rolex, but a very special one for that fact. That is a Rolex Daytona 116509, or otherwise known as the Beach Daytona with a turquoise dial. So in my hands right now is the reference 116509 Beach Dial Daytona with the full white gold bracelet. Originally, these watches were released on the 116519 reference, which features the blue leather strap that comes with the beach dial synonymous with the dial color. This one, however, would have been a special customer commission piece, meaning you would have to be one of Rolex's top VIP clients in order to be eligible to change the dial onto a full white gold bracelet. You would typically do this at Rolex's service centers in London, that would be St. James for example, and they no longer have this as an option for clients. That means this watch is extremely rare and there wouldn't have been many produced. The beach dials alongside this turquoise dial were released in 4 different pastel colorways. That was pink, green, turquoise and yellow. In my opinion, this Tiffany dial was probably one of the most sought after just because of the wearability, but also because it's quite a fun piece compared to the other pastel colorways such as pink, green and yellow. These beach dial Daytonas were originally marketed towards women, but today we see a complete change where they are both enjoyed by men and women alike. These watches in general, I would say, are just completely different to anything Rolex really put out today. I would say if you could make a close comparison, it would be the new Tiffany reference 126518 LN on the Oyster Flex in yellow gold. The only other comparable I could put it to is the off-catalog pieces that Rolex produce, which is the Jigsaw and mainly the white gold with the turquoise dial. And that is probably the only dial I would say you could really compare to something like this. So on this dial is a turquoise stone dial, which is one of the most standout aspects of this watch. It's finished beautifully with white gold Roman numeral hour markers, and then at the 3, 6 and 9 o'clock of the dial, it has a black lacquer in rectangular apertures, which I think just looks spectacular and adds a nice contrast. Now the chronograph counters are finished in white gold as well, which I think adds a nice flushness to the dial. It doesn't distract it too much having different chronograph counter colors. I think that makes for the turquoise to really pop out as much as it can against the white gold bracelet. The factory hands are also finished with a black lacquer, which is not luminous. Now, had you have got the reference 116519, it would have come with the blue turquoise lizard leather strap and the lizard leather box alike, but because this one is essentially a swap of a dial into a white gold watch, it comes with the normal Rolex Daytona box of the time. Now, as with other Daytonas of the time, at the heart of this watch is the caliber 4130, which is a self-winding chronograph movement, which allows for the chronograph function, obviously with a 30-minute counter, a 12-hour counter, and the small seconds at 6 o'clock. Alongside that, you would obviously get your standard hours and minutes. The watch is water resistant to 100 meters, as are most Rolexes, so this is more than substantial to go into the pool and enjoy what this watch is made for, which is going to the beach and getting into the water. On this specific reference with the 116509, you of course get the 40mm case size and 11.9mm in case thickness. So all in all, it's just like every other Daytona, but the dial is really what does the talking. True unworn Daytona beaches with this specific turquoise dial inserted are very hard to come by, few and far between on the secondary market. So true collector's set range on the secondary market between 90 to 100,000. This one is on the latter end because it does have the full factory stickers. So with that being said, it gives the collector the peace of mind that it's never ever been touched. The other comparables on the market would be the blue, green, yellow and pink. Those all range in the market from 60 to 70k. So this one is definitely the most sought after out of all of them. So guys, if you enjoyed this review and you want to see more neo vintage and rare pieces like this 2008 116509 Beach Dial Daytona, then remember to leave a like, comment and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next review.